Jesus, known as Isa in Islam, is one of the most respected and honoured figures in the Islamic faith. Many people are surprised to learn that Muslims deeply love and respect Jesus. In fact, believing in Jesus is an essential part of being a Muslim. A person cannot be a true Muslim without believing in him. Islam teaches that Jesus was not an ordinary man, but a great prophet and messenger of God. Muslims believe that he was sent to guide the people of Israel back to the worship of one God. His message was the same message preached by all prophets before him: worship God alone and live a righteous life. One of the most beautiful aspects of Jesus in Islam is the story of his birth. Muslims believe that Jesus was born miraculously without a father. His mother Mary, known as Maryam in Islam, is one of the most honoured women in the Quran. The Quran describes her as a pure, righteous and devoted woman. God chose her above many women and blessed her with a miraculous child. Islam teaches that God created Jesus in a unique way, just as he created Adam without a father or mother. This miracle was a sign of God's power, not a sign that Jesus was divine. Muslims believe that miracles do not make a person God, but show the greatness of the Creator. According to Islam, Jesus performed many miracles by God's permission. He healed the blind and the sick, brought the dead back to life, and spoke as a baby in the cradle. These miracles were not done by his own power, but by the will of God, to prove that he was a true messenger. Islam also teaches that Jesus was a man of compassion, humility, and mercy. He cared for the poor, helped the weak, and called people toward kindness and faith in God. Muslims see Jesus as a role model of patience and spirituality. One of the biggest differences between Islam and Christianity is how Jesus is understood. Muslims do not believe that Jesus is God or the Son of God. Instead, Islam teaches that Jesus was a servant and messenger of God, just like Abraham, Moses, and Muhammad. God in Islam is absolutely one, unique, and beyond human form. He does not have children, nor is he part of a human family. Islam teaches that Jesus never asked people to worship him. Instead, he called people to worship God alone. Muslims believe that over time, some of his teachings were misunderstood or changed, but his original message was pure monotheism. Another important belief in Islam is about the end of Jesus' life. Muslims do not believe that Jesus was crucified in the way commonly believed. Instead, Islam teaches that God saved him and raised him up. Jesus was not defeated by his enemies, but protected by God. Islam also teaches that Jesus will return near the end of time. Muslims believe that he will come back to restore justice, defeat falsehood, and bring people back to the worship of one God. This belief shows how important Jesus is in Islam, not only in the past but also in the future. For Muslims, loving Jesus is not optional. It is part of faith. A Muslim respects Jesus, speaks about him with honour, and sends peace upon him. At the same time, Muslims believe that true respect for Jesus means not elevating him to the status of God, but honouring him as a noble prophet. In Islam, Jesus is a symbol of purity, faith, and devotion to God. His life teaches humility, patience, and trust in God. His story reminds us that all prophets shared one message: to worship God alone and live a life of righteousness. Understanding Jesus in Islam helps build bridges between Muslims and Christians. It shows that Islam is not a foreign or hostile religion, but a continuation of the same divine message taught by earlier prophets. In the end, Islam teaches that Jesus was a great messenger of God, loved by millions of Muslims around the world, and his true mission, according to Islam, was to guide humanity toward the worship of the one God and the path of truth.